What is a special night here in Los Angeles. Now for the first time tonight, let's check in with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Hey, Mike. Well, you know this very well. The mere presence of LeBron James comes with a level of scrutiny and media attention probably unprecedented for any other individual star in the NBA. Now, you put him in this market, in this age of social media, and that's only amplified. So for some perspective, we went to his teammate, a former NBA champion in Boston, in its own right, a great media market. He broke out the Beatles analogy. He said, I don't know what it was like, but perhaps we're getting some sense of that. He said, anywhere we go, they're lined up on either side of the bus like they're waiting for the president. If he sneezes, people want to know about it. And obviously, guys, what happens in between the lines is important. Mark, you touched on the young talent. Brandon Ingram, 21. Lonzo Ball, 20. Hart and Kuzma, also young talent. They'll have to navigate between the lines and outside, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Well, you take again the NBA's #1 glamour franchise and the NBA's #1 star, and the excitement is off the charts. But it's time for some basketball now. Lakers did play their first game on Thursday night. They played in Portland and lost to the Trailblazers 128-119.
DB said the Beatles. Did you like the Beatles?
You know what's funny? My freshman year in college, people were swarming in and said, John Lennon's been shot, John Lennon's been shot. And I was like, who's John Lennon? I'd heard of the Beatles, but I'd never heard the name John Lennon in my life.
Tell me that's not a true story.
No, that's a true story.
Come on, man.
Oh, my goodness.
But I like the Beatles. I just didn't know his name.
No, you didn't know the Beatles then.
I didn't know him, but I liked him.
Can you name the other three now?
Paul, Ringo, and there's a good fourth guy. I forgot who.
What a way to start the year, Mike.
Caldwell Pope misses. JaVale McGee tips it out. Ingram with a nice save. There's Rajon Rondo running the point. One of the veteran free agent pickups that the Lakers made to add to this young talent. Shot clock down to 4. Rondo to McGee. McGee's going to have to put it up and does not get it off in time. A 24-second violation.
And that's where Rondo has to be ready to shoot. If they're going to double James, he has shot the ball better from range. Trust it.
And really not just Rondo, but the entire team. When you're playing with an elite talent, those opportunities are going to present themselves. You have to be ready.
Meanwhile, this is also the second game for the Houston Rockets. They lost at home on Wednesday night as Chris Paul's first shot is a three-pointer. The New Orleans Pelicans put a 131-112 beating on them. So both teams come in 0-1. And in that game against the Pelicans, New Orleans led wire to wires. Rockets never led that game, but they've got the 3-0 advantage here. JaVale McGee comes up short. P.J. Tucker the rebound. Capella running the floor. Good transition there for the Rockets. And tonight's game is also available in Spanish on ESPN Deportes. Clint Capella coming off that terrific season last year.
Coach, you're the Lakers. You look at the way New Orleans handled the Houston Rockets and you have them next, that would be a big concern. You know that they were going to come in ready.
Absolutely. And New Orleans played an outstanding game that night. Anthony Davis just absolutely destroyed any of the switching. Drew Holiday was a terror at both ends. And Mirotic has been absolutely rolling.
Ingram shoots over James Harden. Capella the rebound. For both the Rockets and the Lakers, defense was a big problem in their openers. Caldwell Pope is guarding Chris Paul. Finds Capella. Capella aggressive. Over McGee. Nice patience.
Yeah, he's gotten better every single year. When he first got into the league, that move wasn't in his repertoire. He continues to work with former great player John Lucas. The job he does, player development for these Rockets.
James, first shot, nails the jumper, and the Lakers are on the board. And there's the reigning MVP, James Harden. Was spectacular last season, last 2 seasons. Won his first MVP award in 2018. Bad pass from Harden. Rondo, Caldwell Pope, back to James. It goes to Rondo, and he gets the layup to go. What the Lakers did well last year was transition, pushing the ball. Capella again inside, ducks in and banks it home. Capella with that brand new $80 million plus contract with incentives. rewarded for his improvement that you spoke of, Mark. James way off that time. So, Jeff, what did you see in watching that first game from Portland and in watching the Lakers in some of their preseason games? What are some of your thoughts as they start the season?
Well, I've liked their energy, their enthusiasm. The shooting is a real concern, as is basket protection once they sit down JaVale McGee.
McGee played a lot of minutes. He'll play more minutes with this Laker team than he did for the Golden State Warriors, helping win 2 titles. Ingram, nice turnaround jumper.
To me, he's going to be a big-time scorer in this league. And playing with LeBron only makes him better. But he's got to be aggressive every time he's on the floor.
No help defense there, and Harden easily gets to the basket for his first bucket. Rockets have hit 5 of their first 6 from the field. McGee has Harden on him. JaVale McGee throws it down, an easy spin move. Chris Paul back for his 2nd season. He signed a huge contract extension as well this offseason. Misses that shot. Here comes James. Ahead to Rondo. Gets past. Kick it out. Caldwell Pope. And Capella with a rebound taken away by Rondo.
You look at Rondo's ability to find guys in pick and rolls in the open court and just crafty. So smart as a player.
The veteran Rondo starting at the point guard as James Harden. A long 3-pointer and a smile as he backtracks.
I don't think they want to go under that, as Caldwell Pope did.
Ingram. In and out and in again. Mark, what about Ingram? How'd you think that he's got a chance to be a star player?
Well, comfortable handling the ball. I thought it was very good of Luke Walton early on to play him at the point guard position last year at times. Comfortable handling the ball, can get to his spot. That size and length. Contest does not affect him. He's just a big-time scorer in my opinion.
Ennis nearly chipped it in. Rondo quickly comes the other way. Floats it up to McGee. McGee finds James to the basket. I think the fans are hyperventilating a little bit. They are so fired up as Ennis commits the moving screen. His first foul, and we'll have our first timeout.
And the crowd showing appreciation, the hustle of JaVale McGee, the tremendous find, and LeBron James doing what he does best, attacking the rim. Great start.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 800-STATE-FARM. And in part by Game, seriously good scent. And Beats by Dr. Dre, the official headphone of the NBA.
As a Laker, he just had his first conversation with Jack Nicholson.
Those memorable moments.
That you never forget. Meanwhile, Carmelo Anthony, in his new role, coming off the bench, checks in for the first time. Michael Carter-Williams as well for the Rockets. JaVale McGee shoots and scores.
You look at this Rocket lineup. Basically, Carmelo Anthony is the 5. You got all perimeter guys on the floor.
McGee, by the way, in the opener had 13 points, 8 rebounds, 3 blocks in 21 minutes. Michael Carter-Williams blocked by McGee. And Carter-Williams wisely doesn't try it a second time. One of the new Rockets, Carter-Williams gets in, blocked again, but a foul. Crowd doesn't like the call, nor does McGee. But Carter-Williams went right back at him.
That's a good block. I really like the energy of JaVale McGee. You know, there are certain nights where he is a problem. He did it with the Golden State Warriors, but he is a problem. His length, his athleticism, and a live body.
They called the foul right when he put his arm on the shoulder. I don't think they called it on the shot.
McGee only played, those are his numbers against the Trailblazers, about 9.5 minutes a game with the Warriors and didn't play every night. That's probably going to change here in LA as Caldwell Pope misses. Carmelo Anthony the rebound. Anthony, in his first 15 years in the league, started every game he played, and for the first time in his career, came off the bench on Wednesday night. Shot blocked. Kyle Kuzma just to the game. Laker defense. Kuzma left wide open. Kuzma coming off his outstanding rookie season with an immediate impact off the bench here in the first quarter. Rondo on Harden. Now Kuzma switches, shot clock winding down, and Harden jumps into Kuzma, draws the foul, and it should be 3 free throws.
That's a second consecutive possession that Kuzma was switched on Harden. Here he got beat to the left, but did not foul him, continued to pursue, and blocked it from behind. And then in transition, 5 out, and he's wide open. You know, when Kuzma, when they downsize like the Lakers have, he's going to be guarded by some 5s. It's going to be a tough cover.
I thought the first time was outstanding defense. What you don't want to do against James Harden is allow him to get to the free throw line. And it's a whole different animal that you're facing.
Yeah, Luke Walton said you're asking keys to Harden. As Kuzma did come up towards Harden, is keeping him off the line. Rockets have missed their first 3 free throws. Harden hits that one.
You know, you guys are talking like way too much about the officials right now. Come on, man. Let's keep it to the game.
Yes, sir. Josh Hart comes in for the first time. And Harden hits 2 of 3. Both teams shooting well early. P.J. Tucker is guarding James. Eric Gordon on Rondo. Rondo stripped by Gordon. Nice hands from Eric Gordon. Anthony to Harden. Harden, Tucker, corner 3. And Ingram rips down the rebound. Harden commits the foul as Ingram came up the floor, much to the delight of the Staples Center crowd.
All right, so I'm not going to make a comment on that particular call. We've gone overboard on the freedom of movement.
You think so?
Early, yeah. We had a good balance between freedom of movement and physicality. This is nothing, Mike. This is play on. Keep the flow of the game going. It's gone far too much. You can tell by the scores. It's I don't know. That's terrible.
But I tell you what, if I'm James Harden, I love that you made that call if you're going to consistently make that call. Because then I cannot be defended.
Meanwhile, Ingram gets fouled as he gets knocked down.
No, but seriously, do we want that to be called
That's
in the NBA?
That's not a foul.
I'm just saying, do we want that to be called in the NBA?
I did when we was in the finals and when we played Scottie Pippen.
I hear you.
Ingram, who was the longest tenured Laker at 21 years old. The roster turnover just incredible. First free throw rattles home. Our upcoming NBA national TV schedule tomorrow night here at Staples Center. Clippers host these Rockets. ESPN Wednesday doubleheader from Atlanta and Milwaukee. And then Thursday, Boston at Oklahoma City. Denver at the Lakers on TNT. Denver, one of the teams to watch. Can they take a step forward after just missing the playoffs last year?
I think they can get home court advantage. And I can't believe Atlanta's on national TV.
Everybody gets a chance.
No, that's not true, Mike. Everybody doesn't deserve a chance.
Well, I'm just saying. Did they give up 149 to the Knicks opening night?
Not that many, but close. Gordon kicks it out. Carter Williams dared to shoot, now drives, throws it up, shot misses. Hart the rebound and is fouled as he brings it down.
You're going to co-sign that everybody needs to get a chance?
No. That's like everybody getting
Gets
a trophy.
I was just going to say that.
That's scary, Mike. You should be concerned when you're thinking like him.
Build up confidence.
But I'll tell you who I like on this Laker team, Josh Hart. Rebounds in traffic, guards, and can shoot with range.
Toughness, too.
Absolutely.
Well, everyone talks about Ingram and Ball and Kuzma, and rightfully so, 3 talented young players. He's usually the last one brought in, but he might be the best fit with a LeBron James type team. He had an excellent game in Portland the other night.
I'm not going to go that far, Mike.
James fakes. Ball launches his shot.
Oh, smart defense by Harden. Totally took away the driving lane of James. made him kick it to Ball for the shot.
Ingram trying to use his length on Harden. Nice pass to Green in the corner. That's a three.
You see that time defensively, they brought over a double team in Ball, leaving Gerald Green all by himself. Good find by James Harden.
And Luke Walton calls a timeout. Last year, the Rockets obliterated their own NBA record for threes in the season. They've got 3 already.
All right, we had enough conversation the last couple of days. Now it's all about what goes on in the line of these 94 feet, all right? No more conversation need to be had. Read and react, play the game, high pace, communicate, defend, and let's get out and go. Here we go, man. Dominate. 1, 2, 3. Dominate.
James has talked about in recent years how he's become such a better leader. Luke Walton was telling us before the game, the way he brings groups together, whether it's in the weight room, whether it's working out on the court. And again, such a young team for many of the key players. He does have his share of veterans like Rondo, Lance Stevenson, JaVale McGee. Hart gets inside, wild shot while double teamed. Anthony quickly ahead to Harden. Pass inside, Capella blocked. Ball knocked out of bounds. Still Rockets ball, 16 to shoot. Hart gets up into Harden. Anthony straight on 3. That's good. Carmelo Anthony in the first game had just 9 points on 3 of 10 shooting, but knocks down his first shot tonight.
So once again, Coach, you see the Lakers not allowing James Harden to play one-on-one. They're bringing a secondary defender over so he sees 2 bodies.
And Kuzma. Ball cuts it. A nice pass from Kuzma.
That was a beautiful cut out of the post up, but both times they brought that second guy over, they've given up wide open 3-point shots.
Ball is wearing a sleeve on his left knee. That's the one that was operated this summer. He couldn't play a lot of basketball as Harden goes to the basket and banks it home. Ball is on a minutes restriction. Hart stripped by Gordon. Did it go up Hart's leg? Yes. That's twice now Gordon has come up with nice deflections.
He's an underrated defender, and that's playing against smaller guys and also, to me, at his best when he's trying to be posted up by bigger guys. But toughness off the bench and a guy you can rely on.
He lost about 15 pounds. He's always been one of the stronger guards, but he said he wanted to get a little quicker, so he lost a little bit of the weight.
But he's been healthy. He's been an impactful player every way he's been.
The last 2 years he's been terrific. Runner-up for 6-man last year. He won it the year before. Chris Paul to Capella. Capella fake. Back out Anthony. Anthony, little stutter dribble. And Ball the rebound.
And that's the one he's got to be comfortable just catching and shooting like he did his first shot.
McGee has Gordon on him. And in and out. Here's Gordon. Goes hard to the basket. Off balance. Shot misses. A good pace for the Lakers right now. McGee throws it away. Chris Paul with the steal. Alley-oop to Green, and Green lays it up and in.
And really something you can't do against either one of these teams is turn it over. Both teams want to play with tremendous pace.
Ball with the air ball. He's changed his mechanics just a little bit since last year as Gordon misfires. Although he says it's more of he just got stronger and he doesn't have to fling it like he used to. But he's trying to work himself back into rhythm after not playing this summer. Kuzma can't connect.
It's hard to post Chris Paul. So strong.
And the Rockets throw it away. That's their 4th turnover. Well, tonight only, save 20% on your order at NBAstore.com. Shop now and enter promo code AND1 at checkout. NBAstore.com. One store, every team. McGee gets it back off the deflection, and a whistle and a foul. All right, the Rockets last year had a great season. They win 65 games. They get to the conference finals. They're up 3-2, and then the 2 losses in games 6 and 7, both where they had double-figure losses. A heartbreaking ending to, again, what was a great season. And the core is intact, the star players, but they lose key contributors. Trevor Ariza, Luke Mute, Ryan Anderson also left. How much defensively did they lose with those guys?
Well, for me, Trevor Ariza could play. He played every night, and he could play big minutes, and he shot volume threes. He never hesitated. When he was open, he let it go, and I thought he fit that role perfectly alongside Harden and Paul. I'll be interested to see who or if anyone can fill that role.
Well, to me, both guys are great defenders, and you can take for granted, which the Rockets did not, what they bring to the table every single night. So the challenge is going to be, who can you trust down the stretch when it matters most?
Kuzma drives, can't finish. And a rebound taken by Stevenson. Back up and banks it in. He took it away from Chris Paul. All tied at 26. I think the clock just stuck there for a couple of seconds as a whistle and a foul. Third team foul on the Lakers.
Energy and effort off the bench. Lance Stevenson so effective doing it in Indiana. Attacking the offensive boards, takes it away from Chris Paul and gets the easy lay-in. And those are back-to-back bad fouls by Lonzo Ball against Chris Paul.
Second foul in the last 2 minutes, so free throws for Paul.
And that offensive rebound, we've seen it to win games early in the year. Kelly Olynyk wins at Washington with a second shot. Then last night, Jerebko with a second shot. Just what Stevenson, the crash from the perimeter is wide open. No one blocks out. Everyone watches the flight of the ball. And if you want to gain extra possessions and get some cheap baskets, just make yourself go to the offensive board.
Lance Stevenson, 1 year when he was with the Pacers, he led all NBA guards in rebounding. He's always been good in that department. Stevenson again signing a 1-year deal like Rondo, like McGee. Pull-up jumper from Stevenson. That shot won't go. And not a smart play there from Hart. Comes in and bangs into Chris Paul. And that'll send Paul to the line.
But that's sending him an elite free throw shooter to the line. These are the type of plays that the good teams, they don't make these mistakes.
You can't foul like that in the penalty. 94 feet away from the basket. And give them a 3-for-1. You know, they had the possession. Then you foul them. It's not a 2-for-1. Now they get this opportunity to score, and there's still 3.1 difference coming back the next time.
Well, LeBron James used that analogy he's used before. He said it's not instant oatmeal. It's not that fast. You're going to need some time. And Mark, you touched upon this at the top of our telecast. Both in Miami when he went there and his return to Cleveland, both those teams, and they had star players, started slowly.
And the experts at times thought it was not going to work.
Ball to Kuzma. Kuzma banks it home. Kuzma showing his length. Back to one. Pass deflected out. Last touch by Hart. And the Rockets will have 2.1. Anthony, quick turnaround shot is good at the buzzer. Carmelo Anthony with his second field goal. And the Rockets will have a 3-point lead going into the second. LeBron James, his first 8 minutes here at the Staples Center as a Laker.
Welcome back to the Staples Center with Houston coach Mike D'Antoni. An evenly played first quarter. What are you seeing from your group?
Well, you know, we got back a little bit on defense. A couple times they were coming at you, and you got to get back, make them play a little bit slower. If we do that, we'll be fine. One
of the big stories, obviously, Carmelo coming off the bench. How do you help him get himself adjusted to that?
Nothing I can do. I mean, he's a professional. He's good. He's going to be good whenever he gets on the court.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, Doris. Inside, Capella throws it down on the feed from Anthony. And that was the story when Anthony signed with Houston. As Anthony and D'Antoni were together in New York, but it didn't end well. Mike D'Antoni basically walked away, resigned, because, as he even said, their styles clashed. But D'Antoni says, you know, we're at different points in our career right now, and Anthony is committed to playing the way the Rockets are playing, and so far he's been terrific as Paul banks it home.
And give credit to the maturity of Carmelo Anthony and also the maturity of Mike D'Antoni. There's some guys that, with his level of success, especially in Houston, would say, no, screw it. I'm not going to allow that to go back in history and coach him again. So credit to both guys.
That was a really nice pass he had to Capella.
Capella left-handed shot is good. Clint Capella off to an excellent start, 10 points and 3 rebounds. 9-point lead early, and Ball nails the three-pointer, missed his first couple. Last year as a rookie shot just 30% from three-point range. Gordon draws some contact, still able to bank it home. There's that strength you spoke of, Mark.
That's too easy, though. That's a direct line drive for Eric Gordon.
And James, a reaching foul. Chris Paul will pick up his first.
And no help can get there in time. This is the direct line drive, upper body strength, eliminates the contest, gets to his spot. Got to be better defensively and take the challenge.
Harden comes back in. Ennis returns. P.J. Tucker also re-enters the game for the Rockets. Harden in that first quarter had 9 points, couple of assists. Ball, no hesitation, knocks down another. Back-to-back threes for Lonzo Ball.
I like that he's shooting it with confidence, aggressive, and that's especially after missing his first two. That's a good sign of your Laker fan.
He said on his shot, the technique he's thinking of is trying to keep his right elbow in a little bit more. Well, the last two, Paul, a little shake and bake, can't finish. Ball tipped, taken by Ennis. Shot clock resets, but only to 14 in the new rule this year. Pass goes in the corner. Ennis. Ball behind the back, save. Kuzma down the lane. Back shot's good. He looks taller to me. I mean, they list him as 6'9". That skill level at his size.
That's why I disagreed. It wasn't against Josh Hart, but I think guys like Ingram and Kuzma, their versatility and size fits better with the system with LeBron James. And it's just a good job of pushing the ball with pace and then attacking. We talked about Eric Gordon getting to that right hand and going coast to coast with a direct line drive. Kuzma rewards.
Kuzma had 15 points in the opener. He's got 7 already here tonight. James has only taken 3 shots so far. 5 on the shot clock. Goes to the rim. Layup off the glass.
And because Ball had made the 2 previous threes, they did not help off him that time. Opened up that driving gap for James.
But you know as well as I do, he can make 3 threes. When it matters most, teams are going to still dare him to shoot that basketball and make it.
Paul with Kuzma on him. Shoots a long 3. That's good. Chris Paul from way downtown. Rockets with 5 threes. Hart gets to the basket. Hart, Ball, and Kuzma doing some nice things now for the Lakers. Stolen by Hart. Hart, pass Paul, banks it home. And Mike D'Antoni wants timeout. The young Lakers igniting a spark here at Staples Center. Seven Eastern on Wednesday on ESPN. An NBA doubleheader kicks off some great young draft picks. Luka Doncic and the Mavericks, Trae Young and the Hawks, and then an excellent matchup, the Sixers and the Bucks from Milwaukee. Both live on ESPN app as well. So right now you've got Kuzma, Hart, and Ball all doing some excellent things. This young Lakers squad, Kuzma's 23, Hart's 23, Ball and Ingram 21 each. Harden steps into a 3, rattles in and out, rebound P.J. Tucker. Again with no Mute Ariza, Gerald Green might get more minutes this year. James Ennis. Harden tried to draw the foul. Stevenson the rebound. Throws it ahead to Hart. Hart finds James. James gets inside. Good hustle from Hart and good ball movement from the Lakers.
It's a great job of sparking energy off the bench. Defensively taking the challenge, competing at a high level, and being aggressive offensively.
Lakers are now shooting 54% from the field. They've hit their last 7 from the field. James guarding Paul. Shot clock at 6.
It's such a switch-oriented league. You better have guys who can take on the switch and create something.
Paul misses, gets his own rebound. Shot clock resets to 14. Paul stumbles and loses it, and then tried to grab Stevenson as he ran up the floor. Stevenson to Hart for 3. Paul never crossed half court, finds Green for the layup, blocked by James. But it hit the backboard first and a goaltend call.
Great call.
The right call.
Derek Collins all over it. We had the same angle, and I would have had no idea if that had hit the backboard first.
That's because he's a better ref than you.
You're not a trained professional.
Mike, don't set him up that way, please.
Kuzma, catch and shoot. Harden gets a little room, and this time it goes down. James Harden, his second three-pointer. He's got 12 points here in the first half. And Luke Walton will call time. The Houston Rockets 6 of 16 from three-point range. It's what they do best. And they've got a three-point lead here midway through the second. Back here in LA, the home debut for LeBron James. Singing, dancing, and Mark, some good basketball as well.
Attacking, the right mindset to set the tone early for this young Laker team. Aggressive. I think he's got to work on his singing though, Mike.
I would agree. Well, he's coming off last season, and some feel that in terms of best all-around basketball leadership, may have been one of his best seasons. The playoff performance was spectacular, and Lance Stevenson knocks it down. James is going to be 34 in December. This is his 16th year in the league. Last year, he led the league in minutes, an incredible stat for somebody in their 15th year, and just showing no signs of slowing down as Harden is fouled.
It's interesting seeing him on the bench. He had something around his back. I don't know if it's preventative or, you know, I think Doris could get over there and ask him.
What are you taking? What are you doing?
No, I'm saying Doris got a relationship. Doris, he's got something on his back.
Jeff, if you had been paying attention over the last 10 years, you'd know that that's not unusual for LeBron James.
You're right. Well, I actually do pay attention, but I usually pay attention to what's going on in the court. Now I'm expanding my horizons. If Doris keeps talking like that, I'm going to start interviewing people at quarters.
Harden hits the free throw. The Rockets go up by 3.
She's handled you better since she's been a Hall of Famer.
That's true.
Stevenson gets inside. Bank shot's good. Sweet move there from Lance Stevenson over Capella. PJ Tucker throws it up. Blocked by McGee. Look at the activity of JaVale McGee.
That was an all-time defensive possession by JaVale McGee.
Rondo. Stevenson. Another 2 points for Lance Stevenson. Ball knocked loose.
Technical on Harden.
And a technical has been called on James Harden.
And we saw similar Houston at Boston. Marcus Smart get under the skin of James Harden a couple of times last year in Boston. Lance Stevenson doing the same thing. A little disruptive, a little agitated.
Lance Stevenson has been doing that for quite some time now. His 9th year in the league. Of course, his most famous play was the time he blew in the ear of LeBron James when it was a Pacer Heat series. As Caldwell Pope misses the technical.
That's on Lance Stevenson.
Yep, that should be taunting because he's the one that initiated
He
it.
put his head into James Harden.
How many times do they get the second one? So they didn't see that him putting his head on his shoulder, but they saw the push of James Harden.
Gordon from beyond the arc. Ingram comes down with it. 3-on-2 break. Caldwell Pope pulls up. Three-pointer misses. And a loose ball foul is going to go against, I believe, Capella. The Rockets have committed the foul. Yep, Capella picks up his first.
The right call pushed Lance Stevenson in the back as he had inside position, the offensive rebound. I love the pace that the Lakers are playing with right now. It's a tough team to defend when they're playing with this type of energy and effort.
They are absolutely flying.
Ingram threads the needle with the pass. Stevenson badly misfires. Harden throws it ahead to Capella. Capella double team. Gathers. Shot blocked by McGee. Rondo throws it ahead to Caldwell Pope. Deflected by Harden. McGee has 4 block shots here in the first half. Stevenson reaches in and commits the foul.
Stamina has always been the issue with McGee, but if he can give them 24 to 28 minutes a game with this level of activity.
He has in his career a 12-block game. He has a triple-double with the blocks in double figures. One year he was second in the NBA in block shots. That was back with the Wizards. And that's back when he got a lot more playing time. And as we said, he'll get more playing time than he did in the past couple of years with Golden State, now that he's with the Lakers.
Just think about it. The guy was at home without a job.
Harden blows past James and throws it down. Impressive move from James Harden. Ingram deflected out of bounds. Carmelo Anthony knocked it away. Last touch by Ingram.
James Harden, realizing that McGee has the 4 blocks, says you won't get a 5th. Attacks the rim with force.
Ingram trying to stay in front of Harden. Squeaks inside on his foul. Ingram upset, but it might have been called on McGee when he came over to help out.
Foul number 14.
Nope, it's on Ingram.
First personal, third foul. James Harden, 2 shots.
That's a foul. Come on.
Well, Luke Walton was telling us before the game, he's so high on Ingram and thinks he has a chance to be a special player. He says his next big jump is, can he be consistent defensively, because he feels he has the length and the agility to be the defender who will guard the opponent's best player, like tonight against a Harden. He thinks he can be that good defensively.
And he's done it at times. We saw him take arguably the toughest challenge on the defensive end in Kevin Durant and give him some sort of problems. No problems, but his length and his athleticism put him in position to be able to defend a guy like that. He can do it on a nightly basis.
He's still so thin, but he's put on some weight. He's definitely got stronger.
You know, more and more teams are doing this where they're sending guys down the floor and trying for quick offense.
Harden deflects another pass. Finds Carmelo Anthony. There's the catch and shoot. That one short. Josh Hart. And again, the Lakers looking to push. Rondo left open and makes the pay.
But you bring that up about more and more teams doing that. I don't like it. I think at the end of the day, it's going to come back to bite you when it matters most.
Free throw rebound?
Yeah.
It's interesting. I first saw Boston do it with McHale way back in the 80s. And then it went in hibernation.
Chris Paul thought he made a good defensive play. Instead, he's called for a foul.
Foul number 3, Chris Paul, his second personal, third.
James get a full head of steam.
James, 2 shots.
Gets the benefit of the call.
Lakers, it's only their 6th and 7th free throw here in the first half. Well, we've got Toyota halftime coming up. Jokic's perfect triple-double. What's a perfect triple-double? We'll find out.
Maybe he didn't miss a shot.
Michelle, Jalen, Chauncey, Paul, they're outside on a beautiful night in Los Angeles.
Why does Michelle get all the attention with the combing of the hair and the makeup?
Why are you looking at me like I know the answer?
That's what happens with us, too. Mike gets all the attention.
That's a good point. But both the MB. That could be it.
Off the free throw miss. Paul makes his move. Count it and one. He slowed down. Kuzma rammed into him from behind, and a chance for a three-point play for Paul.
With the move that was made famous by TNT's Steve Smith. Little half spin, fake like he's going to the middle. Catches the defense sleeping and attacks the paint.
And Kuzma's stance has got to be more square. You don't want to give a direct line drive to anyone, but particularly to great players.
Paul's got 14.6 assists. James drives on Harden, misses the layup. Harden gets past Rondo. James comes in, knock it away. Harden gets knocked to the floor. Last touch by the Rockets. LeBron James, 9 points, 2 assists, 4 of 6 from the field here in his home debut. Spins on Tucker, double team, gathers and lays it up and in. Boy, PJ Tucker is screaming at Matt Boland as they go up the floor. Crossover for Paul, gets in the paint, short shot is good. Chris Paul, 33 years old in his 14th year in the league. As we have an offensive foul called on Brandon Ingram, Chris Paul drew the charge away from the ball.
PJ Tucker upset, felt like LeBron swiped his hand away. That's just a big time move, and when he's got his mind made up that way, you have to send 2 guys at him. Gets to his spot, uses that upper body strength, and explodes.
That's just good NBA contact from both on that play. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining. And an offensive foul called. Carmelo Anthony pushed off to get free. 2 fouls on Anthony. Rondo 4 assists here in the first half. Tries a 3. Nails it. Rajon Rondo from downtown. He's got 9 points on 4 of 5 from the field.
And there was a time in his career we remember where he wouldn't have taken that shot.
And I think he's better, and the teams he plays on are better when he looks to shoot the ball, as Kuzma makes a nice block.
There's that length of Kuzma once again.
And taking the challenge. Upset that Chris Paul went by him a couple of times. Blocks the shot, throws it out of bounds, and then gives him a look.
Second block for Kuzma. You see the Lakers have 8. PJ Tucker sits down. Capella comes back in. Eric Gordon is in. Inside to Harden. Gets it back and brings it back out. And Kuzma had his hands forward, and Harden saw it right away, went up in the act of shooting and drew the foul. 3 on Kuzma.
And that's the right call.
You can't, but a lot of teams now talk about this, and Greg Popovich and the Spurs, the first one to do that, especially when you're guarding hard. You can't have your hands forward on it.
Against anybody now. And this is the second time Kuzma's fouled Harden on a 3-point shot. I mean, that's bad technique right there.
You're just setting yourself up for disaster on those.
And he's shocked at the call.
No, that's what.
Kuzma's 7 points, but now 3 fouls. Harden, who has led the NBA in free throws made and attempted 5 times in his career, including last season, has been to the line now. This will be coming up his 9th free throw attempt of the first half. He only had, I say only, but had 18 points in the opener. 10 assists, 9 rebounds. Didn't shoot particularly well as they got blown out by the Pelicans.
He did not play well, though, Mike, even with those gaudy numbers. The numbers are sort of hard right now because the game's so different. you got to watch. He just didn't play with the same verve and energy as we're used to. Tonight, he's been outstanding.
James airballs a three. McGee on the follow. JaVale McGee now 7 points, 4 boards, 4 blocks. LeBron James with the steal. Nice pass to Hart.
What a tremendous find. And a good job by Hart moving without the basketball.
Harden, nobody near him, sets all the time and nails the three-pointer. 23 first-half points for Harden.
So many teams switch, and the slip is a great counter against the switch. Harden just slipped it. 2 went to the ball. He was wide open.
McGee has Harden on him. Jump shot misses. Paul against Rondo. 2 terrific veteran point guards. Rondo's not happy with that call as he picks up the personal.
Foul number 9, Rondo.
Lakers in the penalty.
It's a smart play by Chris Paul, forcing the issue.
Paul re-signing in this offseason, signing a 4-year, $160 million extension. Well, they missed a bunch of free throws. That's their 5th missed free throw. Third at halftime coming up.
I'm sitting there, just walking behind us was the all-time leading scorer in the history of professional basketball, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And the crazy thing is, there's some people that he walked by that has no clue who he is. They just think he's a tall guy.
There's people saying, that guy must have played. When you look at some of the names, we talked about LeBron James being the latest star player to come to the Lakers. Some of the names that have played for this franchise. Rockets do have a foul to give. 3-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. James drives, layup, won't go. And Paul gets knocked to the ground as he hauls in that rebound.
And that's the second time at the end of quarters they have fouled on the offensive rebound while in the penalty.
Rondo his 3rd.
But you think about it, we talked about what the good teams do and don't do. So you've given them free throws in those situations. Also, you've given James Harden 6 free throws, fouling him, shooting 3-pointers. And you lose a 1 or 2 point game, you point the finger back at those plays that you made mistakes on.
And that's why I don't, everybody, what was his line, Mike, James, the oatmeal line about it takes time.
It's not instant oatmeal.
Okay. Stupidity is stupidity. Bad plays, dumb plays, poor foul choices, that can be right away. That doesn't take time. Now, chemistry on offense, that may take time. Cohesion on defense, but playing a smart game, I don't believe that has to take time. That can be immediate.
Even for young players?
No, for smart veteran team.
Final seconds. Hart gets it off in time. And just off the back of the rim. And that will end the first half. LeBron James with 11 points and 3 assists. James Harden coming up big, up to the free throw line 10 times, and he had 23. The home Laker debut of LeBron James. An electric atmosphere here at the Staples Center. Stay tuned for the third at halftime. Michelle Beadle and the crew coming up after these messages.
It's nothing like Walt Disney World. To be able to come here with our family and spend quality time. Walt Disney World is a magical place.
We just met Mickey and Minnie Mouse.
There's no way that you can be here without smiling.
Back to NBA Saturday. It's presented by State Farm.
Get a stop, yo. Get a stop, Ray. Stay on mellow. Stay on mellow. Take your time, CP. Cools. Lance, high, Lance. Yeah, I wanted to get you open.
Halftime here at the Staples Center. The home opener for the Lakers, and of course the home Laker debut for LeBron James. But it's the Rockets that have a 66-62 lead. Hi again, everyone, with Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy. Mike Green on hand. We'll check in with Doris in just a moment. Well, tonight was all about LeBron in his first home game, but in the first half, the king of the court, brought to you by Burger King, was James Harden, the MVP.
23 points, bouncing back off a tough opening night loss to New Orleans. Got to the free throw line 10 times, and when he gets layups and free throws, he's unguardable.
You got to be disciplined defensively. They go underneath the screen. There's a price to pay.
And I liked what JaVale McGee did. Nice pass there to James, cutting.
To me, this is when LeBron James is unstoppable. When his mind is made up to get to the paint and be aggressive.
There's the numbers for the two MVPs playing in this game. Harden, who had an off night in their opener, but a terrific first half for the Rockets, again, who lead by 4. As we send it over to DB. Hey, Doris.
Hey, Mike. Well, I asked Luke Walton about the fouling that Jeff and Mark had talked so much about. I said, how much a part of that was the first half? He said, everything. He said, for 2 days, we did nothing but discuss it. In particular with James Harden, you just saw in that graphic 10 free throws. He said, other than that, he said, I thought we did a decent job with everybody else, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Luke Walton, who was drafted in the very same draft as LeBron James. Walton was a second-round pick.
Well, when you drafted in the same draft, there's times where you think, when you have a moment to yourself, I should have went ahead of that guy. You think Luke ever thinks that?
There might be a couple of guys, not that guy. Harden makes his move, kicks it out. P.J. Tucker. And Tucker gets his first points.
It's the first bucket for either starting forward for the Rockets.
Although, ask Mike D'Antoni about P.J. Tucker, and he will go on and on. He thinks he's one of the best two-way players in the game. Caldwell Pope drives, misses, Capella the rebound.
He's a great defender. I'm not going to say he's one of the best two-way players because he's not strong offensively, but he's a heck of a core glue guy on a winning basketball team without question.
Meanwhile, the other forward, starting forward, James Ennis, hits his first bucket, and the Rockets have their largest lead. James, three-pointer, count it, and then a foul. It's down low, not on the shot attempt. Chris Paul trying to say negate the basket, but that's not the case. James' three-pointer will count, and JaVale McGee will shoot one free throw.
Say the contact made by P.J. Tucker trying to box him out, sending McGee to the line. The switch, and he's trying to keep a body on him, and again, one of those fouls we talked about.
I'm not going to talk about it, but that's awful. But I'm not talking about it.
Anything that what the officials have been told, anything where you wrap your arms around the player, either around his waist, around his back, around his arms, they are calling it. As we have an offensive foul called. As Harden picks up the personal, that's his second. I think he just said, come on, you got to be better.
He wasn't saying that to his teammates.
No. And there's another whistle away from the ball. A little frustration showing from the Houston Rockets right now. P.J. Tucker picks up his second. And now Mike D'Antoni will talk with Jason Phillips. D'Antoni can make you laugh no matter what the circumstances. Caldwell Pope finds James. James left open, his three-pointer, in and out. Oh, nice follow, Rajon Rondo.
Again, if you'll come from the weak side corner to the offensive board, you will not be blocked out. Good play by Rondo.
11 points for Rondo. Nearly a turnover. Ennis gets it back. Finds Capella at the basket. Capella fouled and puts it in. McGee hit him. And a chance for a three-point play for Capella.
Costly turnovers. Good hustle by McGee, but commits the foul and allows Capella to get the basket.
Now Capella, in his new contract, it has, if he shoots 65% from the free throw line this season, he gets $500,000 extra.
You know, I'm all for incentive, but think about it. In school, that's like a D. So if you do D work, you get 500,000.
Well, for him, it would be an A because he's not a good free throw shooter. But how about that?
Hold on, no.
Mike, don't
You're
let him get
an
away
A
with
if
that.
you make 90. It doesn't matter where you start.
Oh, JaVale McGee with a turnaround.
Mike, say you were wrong.
Say you were wrong on that.
I was wrong on that.
Thank you.
JaVale McGee, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 4 block shots. Harden using Capella. Now gets inside, throws it up. Capella with the left hand. Took a shot in the mouth as well.
He and Harden are so good together.
McGee turns, throws it up, misses. The only 2 players that converted more on baskets last year in terms of one player and assist to another was Russell Westbrook and Steven Adams. Harden and Capella were number 2. As we have a reach and foul on Ingram, his 3rd.
Just the patience, snaking, getting Ingram on his back, and at the last moment throwing it up to Capella. Very good basketball. And at the other end, I would let them post JaVale McGee on a switch. That's what I'd want them to go to.
You're doing me a favor if you post up JaVale McGee against James Harden. I can live with those results.
And Harden was out of bounds. 7-point Rockets lead. That's their 10th turnover. What a year he had last season. Averaged over 30 a game, almost 9 assists, 5.5 rebounds. The thing about the Rockets, they won 65 games. Harden missed 10 games, and Chris Paul missed 24 games, yet they still won 65. Alley-oop to McGee. Catches, gathers, and throws it down on a perfect pass from Rondo. Chris Paul on the floater. Paul having a strong game, 21 and 8. James Ennis trying to bother James. Pass inside, another perfect feed and cut from Caldwell Pope.
And we saw Josh Hart do that effectively in the first half. Good job by Caldwell Pope, moving without the basketball. LeBron James will find you.
Harden inside to Capella. Capella gathers, misses, gets it back again, goes back up, and draws the foul. 3rd foul on McGee.
This is important, Coach. You got to have live bodies because of the attention that he draws when he's posting up or isolating.
Again, everyone stares at the ball. If you want to cut, you'll get layups.
And I was thinking about it. I think Capella, what do you get, 88 million? What was the exact numbers?
80 million plus you can get another 10 in incentives.
Yeah, so 90 million. That 500,000 for free throw, that's not really motivating me. What motivates me is to be a better free throw shooter. Well, maybe 80, 90 million. 65 is not my goal.
I agree with your point, but I think he's motivated regardless. We've seen.
I want the 500 grand.
We've seen how you talk about
you guys.
How much improvement he has made every year. He just comes back better every season.
And a lot of times, Mike, it's who you get to play with. He's in the perfect time of his career with the right system and right best players.
Harden trying to draw some contact. James gets the rebound. James leads the break. McGee finishes. And a quick timeout for Mike D'Antoni. James now with 5 assists. JaVale McGee with 14 points. It's a 3-point game.
The NBA on ESPN, presented all season long by State Farm, is brought to you by Nike, Just Do It, Mercedes-Benz, The Best or Nothing, and KFC's new 10-piece chicken feast.
Welcome back to NBA Saturday, presented by State Farm. Some of the atmosphere here in the Staples Center as Snoop Dogg welcomed LeBron James to town. And the Laker fans enjoying the atmosphere. Lakers down 3 though. Tucker, Gordon, Harden, Carmelo Anthony, and Gerald Green back in. Josh Hart back in for the Lakers guarding Anthony. And a foul is called on Carmelo Anthony for grabbing Hart's jersey. 3 fouls on Anthony in just 13 minutes. Bad pass from Hart. Green takes it and naturally steps out and hits a 3-pointer.
He had a huge impact in the first half. They were up plus 16 with Gerald Green on the floor in the first half in just under 8 minutes.
Give and go. James fakes. Well defended there by Tucker. That 3-pointer won't go from Hart. Here comes Eric Gordon. Gordon's had a quiet night. He led them in scoring in their opener. Just 1 of 5 tonight, 2 points. Again, Ingram isolated with James Harden. Harden blows past him and no help at all. And James Harden, an easy layup. He's got 25.
Too many times tonight we've seen direct line drives by the Houston perimeter players.
Caldwell Pope got bumped, count it, and 1.
This is what I'm talking about. You got to be able to keep guys in front of you and live with contested shots. First of all, that's bad defense by Ingram, but the best player in red has the basketball. Where's the help?
But that's the way the game is morphing into, is everyone is so preoccupied with trying to limit 3-point shots that they're more apt to just give up layups. You look at the number of points in the paint early in this season. I think Houston in their first game gave up something like 70.
76.
I mean, the 3-pointer is problematic, but the layup and the free throw are the 2 most efficient shots there are.
Lakers, by the way, had 70 points in the paint in their loss in Portland. Shot clock at 4. Harden creates some space. Can't hit that time. Caldwell Pope the rebound.
That's a good job of keeping them in front, contesting the 3, and then rebound.
James, hard drive inside and lays it up and in. Just barrels over P.J. Tucker. 16 for James. Ball knocked out of Gordon's hands. Gordon upset. He thought the Lakers touched it last. James and Anthony. Ingram tries the corner 3. Dangerous pass, but finds its way to Anthony. Carmelo Anthony's jumper is good. That's his 3rd field goal. He's 3 for 5 tonight, 7 points. Ingram makes his move, drives hard. And Carmelo Anthony shaken up on the play. Delay of game on the Lakers. They touched the ball after it went through the net.
Just a shot fake and drive. Could have easily been an and 1.
I like, instead of posting him up against Eric Gordon, he faces him and uses that athletic ability and length to get by him.
Ingram, another, he's 6'9". Sometimes he looks taller. Good ball movement there. Green, little ball fake, and nails a 3-pointer. Got rid of Rondo with a little ball fake.
They have shredded LA's defense when they brought the extra defender on the isolation over to the strong side block. Good job by Harden, and then a good extra pass to get to the Green 3.
And Jeff, as you talked about, Green having a nice impact. Rondo, floater finds its way to James. 9 assists for Rondo. Green, by the way, is 5 for 5 from the field. Gordon gets inside using his strength there. And Gordon thought there was plenty of contact. Mike D'Antoni upset. We'll take a timeout. Just under 4 to play in the third. To the game brought to you by State Farm. JaVale McGee giving an assist to the Lakers.
Well, the shot blocking 5 and 16 minutes, and then contributed 14 points as well, scoring in a bunch of different ways. His activity, his energy has been noticeable.
Now last year, the most minutes he played in a game for the Warriors, the season high was 20. Played 21.5 minutes in their opener. He's already played 16 minutes tonight. Ingram. Oh, that's a sweet move from Brandon Ingram.
That sure is.
Ingram now in double figures with 10. Pass inside to Gordon. Just couldn't get it to fall. Rondo the rebound. Back to Hart. Hart steps into a 3. Overall rebounding numbers fairly close. +4 for the Rockets. Bad pass stolen by Hart. Hart going coast to coast. Blocked by Capella. Hart takes a tough tumble, but the follow there from Ingram.
But the pace in which they run with allowed the second shot opportunity by Ingram.
Lakers back within 2. Harden back to Capella. Hart just stood his ground. Lonzo Ball drives. So Rondo and Ball playing at the same time. Hart going against Capella. Ball tries another 3. Got it! Lonzo Ball is in his last 3 from downtown, and the Lakers take the lead. Harden picks up the loose ball. Anthony fakes, fires, can't hit. Green goes high for the rebound, and the Rockets will reset. Again, only 14 on the shot clock.
Love this new rule. Absolutely love it.
Gordon launches a 3. And the air ball brings about applause from the crowd.
Tell you what, a welcome sight for Laker fans. Again, Lonzo Ball stepping in rhythm. Good looking shot. Look at the confidence. And LeBron James approving of his young fella.
Again, you see his form. It doesn't look like the ball is as far left as it was last year.
It's ugly. Let's quit trying to remix it. If it goes in, it's fine.
You're preaching right there, my friend.
Jamal Wilkes shot in a very unorthodox, another great Laker, unorthodox. It's all about making or missing.
Well, the confidence part you can see. And again, after he missed the first 2, he's come back in his next 3. Ball back in the game.
And again, three-point shooting tonight, other than Ball, has been shaky. 6 for 22.
Kuzma picks up Paul. 5 to shoot. Chris Paul, tough fall-away shot. Gets it. He is a spectacular mid-range shooter.
And that's good defense by Kuzma. Just better offense by Paul.
Chris Paul having an excellent game. Kuzma has Gordon on him. Hart, no hesitation, nails the 3-pointer. His first 3, he was 0 for 4. And the Lakers with a 2-point lead. A 12-point turnaround. They trailed by 10 earlier in the quarter. Chris Paul answers back. 26 for Paul. Final minute, third quarter. Ingram, too strong. Anthony the rebound, his 6th.
You know, Chris Paul looking quick 2 for 1.
Long 3-pointer. Here comes Hart. Hart, left-handed, lays it up and in. He went right to the goal. Shot clock and game clock nearly identical. Lakers do have a foul to give. Couple of tenths difference between shot clock and game clock. Paul the drive, banks it home. 2 seconds remaining. Hart. That will not count. And the third quarter comes to an end. Chris Paul with 28. James Harden with 25. The Rockets have a 1-point lead.
Welcome back to Staples Center with Laker coach Luke Walton. We talked about defending without fouling at the half. What did you think of individual defense?
In the third quarter, it was much better than the first half. It's a big thing against Houston. You can't send them to the foul line. They got too good of players. So we got better that quarter. We got to definitely do it again in the fourth.
Obviously, it's limited minutes together, but what do you think of Rondo and Lonzo on the floor together? What are you looking for?
They're great when we can get stops because it gives us another point guard, another ball handler. So we haven't had a lot of opportunities to get to that, but it looked good right there.
Thank you, Luke. Mike.
All right, Doris. Luke Walton in his third year as head coach of the Lakers. First year they won 26 last year, and they made a nice improvement, won 35. So now LeBron James is here. The expectations are higher, and the spotlight on anybody who's coached them can be very intense. Ennis for three. 101-97. That's the 13th three-pointer for the Rockets. They're 13 for 30. Excellent number at 43%. Kuzma can't connect. Anthony will try a three-pointer. You don't see him miss that badly on many shots over all the time he's played. Kuzma the offensive rebound, but can't put it down. And Capella comes back out. Nice pass to Capella, and Capella can't finish. In and out.
That's a lot of contact on that drive.
Hart. Ennis got a piece of it. Capella never came up the floor. And an easy two for Clint Capella. And Luke Walton upset. Quick timeout as the Rockets go up by 6. Fourth quarter here at Staples Center.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 800-STATE-FARM. And in part by Nike. Just do it. And Nissan. Innovation that excites.
Let's take a look at who's enjoying the limelight. Brought to you by Corona Extra. It's the two stars for the Houston Rockets now in their second year playing together. Both having outstanding games in the Rockets' first road game of the season. 28-25 Rockets last year, 31-10 on the road. They were a great road team.
If you're Luke Walton, that's a recipe for disaster. Coming in, talking about game plan. You didn't want both of those guys to have big nights.
Lance Stevenson has come back in for the Lakers. Tucker guarding James. James, tough fall away shot, misses. Capella, another board.
Great defense by P.J. Tucker there on the isolation at the elbow against James.
Chris Paul prefers Kuzma to be the guy defending him. Continues to try to get that matchup.
Paul, a push shot, misses. James, his fourth rebound. Hart wrapped up by Ennis around the neck. Hart goes down. I'm sure they're going to take a look at this one. Whether it was intentional or not, he got him around the neck to try and stop him. The crowd just watched the replay on the big screen.
And that's a flagrant.
Yeah, I think that might be the case, Mark.
To me, without question, that's not a play on the ball.
Yep. Our officiating crew tonight, Matt Bowen, Derek Collins, Jason Phillips. I'd be shocked if that's not a flagrant one.
And the thing you always talk about, Coach, if that's LeBron James with the basketball, he's not going to get that call.
No, because he's not going to fall down.
Exactly. So the same contact could be made, but he's not going to benefit from it because he's not going to go down in the same fashion.
Mike, could that be a 2?
I don't think so, but let's ask Steve Javy, who's back in Secaucus. Steve, of course, on our broadcast team after his great career as a referee. Steve, you looked at that one. Is that definitely a 1? Could it possibly be a 2?
Well, I like what Jeff is saying there. He's putting a little doubt in my mind also. It's definitely a 1, there's no doubt about it, because of the severity of the contact and where the contact occurs around the neck area. I wouldn't be surprised if they gave him a 2 on this one also, but it's definitely a 1.
Steve, is that the first time in your life you've said, I like what Jeff is saying?
I can't remember the last time I did say it if I had said it before.
Thank you, Steve.
You know, see, that's what you are. You're a divider. Steve and I have united over our time here at ESPN, and you've just tried to divide us.
You guys weren't united when he was a ref and you was a coach?
No, I've said it many times. Give me Steve Jabby on the road anytime, anywhere.
You didn't answer my question, though.
Yeah, we were tight. I didn't say anything.
Okay.
Because I knew he'd give me a quick tee.
Okay.
Jason Phillips is the crew chief, number 23 with the headphones on. So it is a flagrant. And couldn't tell if he said 1 or 2.
After the official review, it's been determined a flagrant foul on
Yep, number 1. Number 2 is automatic ejection. Number 1, and it's free throws and possession. So Hart will go to the line. Hart tonight 11 points. One of 6 Lakers in double figures. I don't know what Ennis is upset about it. I mean, you've got to know that's going to be a flagrant 1.
And they have not gotten to the line tonight. LeBron James, only 2 free throws. This is going to be their Lakers' only 10th and 11th free throws.
Compared to 24 for the Rockets. Upcoming national TV schedule for the NBA. NBA TV tomorrow night. Rockets are right back here at Staples Center against the Clippers. ESPN next Wednesday. Doubleheader, first in Atlanta. We missed another. And then in Milwaukee. And then TNT next Thursday. Celtics and Thunder, Nuggets and the Lakers.
I know he missed those 2 free throws, but there are a lot of Laker fans pleading for more minutes for Josh Hart, and you can tell why. The energy that and enthusiasm that he plays with.
Lakers were a bad free throw shooting team last season. As James kicks it across. 3-pointer misses for Kuzma. Tonight they're 6 of 11. They were dead last in percentage in the NBA last year. And a foul called on Josh Hart. First team foul with 9:21 remaining here in the 4th.
Coach, it was a surprising move to me. The Lakers waived Travis Ware, a guy that had some success in the preseason, and I know he played with you. I think he's a legit NBA player.
He played last year for the Lakers at the end of the year, played very well. He knows how to play with other good players on offense. He screens, he rolls, he passes, but defensively, he's bigger than you think, smarter than you would know, and tougher than his Southern California looks would belie. So he's an NBA player. It didn't work out for him here long term. I would be shocked if someone doesn't pick him up here in the next week or so.
That last foul against Ennis, number 4. Ball trying to knock it away from Kuzma. Ball left wide open. Hits a 3. Lonzo Ball 4 for 7 from downtown. He's got 14 points in 17 minutes.
I love that he's shooting with confidence. And that he has to continue that, make or miss.
And that's the challenge.
Gordon gets inside, rolls it in, and the foul. Another good hard drive from Eric Gordon.
And that is the Lakers' problem when they downsize like this. Without McGee, these drives to the rim, there's no chance at shot blocking. That's a good call. Easy charge block call, and he knocks it in.
Gordon, 6 points, just 3 of 10 from the field tonight. One of the premier 6 men in the NBA in recent years. That's his, since he's come to the Rockets, that's been his role. It's his 3rd year with Houston.
And Mike, when they have injury and he has to start and play bigger minutes, he handles that exceptionally well.
Yeah, last year he actually started 30 of the 69 games he played. And with Chris Paul missing so much, James, three-pointer off the mark. Capella with his 9th rebound. 6-point game, still plenty of time, early fourth quarter. The home opener for the Lakers and for LeBron James. Paul misses. Paul, though, keeps it alive. Back out to Ennis, an open look. That misses. James drives inside, draws the foul, count it, and one. Mike D'Antoni upset. He thought that Tucker drew the charge. Tucker's third.
And to me, if you're the Rockets, you can't be upset because that's similar to the play that Chris Paul made on Rondo to end the quarter. That's just a good job of getting the angle, taking the contact, and finishing.
So James will go to the line. This will only be his 3rd free throw attempt. He's got now 20 points, 5 assists, 5 boards, as you see. Another missed free throw. Lakers are 6 of 12 from the free throw line. The Rockets have missed 8 free throws.
And to me, the Lakers got to be concerned because Chris Paul is getting great looks out of pick and roll.
Capella goes inside, blocked by McGee. Rondo ahead. Ball knocked loose. Stevenson gets it back. Kicks it out. Ball. He had an open 3, passed it up, drives out in the corner for 3. Ball, the rebound, knocked out of his hands by Paul, out of bounds. And the Lakers hold on. Mike D'Antoni calls timeout. He's still hot about that last call. Welcome back to NBA Saturday, presented by State Farm, as tonight's aerial coverage of LA brought to you by Beats, the official headphone of the NBA. Right now, let's check out tonight's innovative play. It's brought to you by Dell Technologies. Mark.
And the best in the game, when he's at his best, he's scoring in a variety of ways. Moving without the basketball, easy offense. Get it going and then knocking down the long ball. And what I love most, taking advantage of that size and strength by putting himself in position to score in the paint.
Here's his numbers. Largest lead of the game has been 10. The Rockets had that in the 3rd quarter. LA's largest lead is 5, so it's been a fairly close game throughout. Right now, 4-point advantage for the visitors with 7:51 remaining. Both teams looking for their first win of the season. Tucker on James. Shot clock at 7. James drives down the lane, lost it, and then a foul. So 2 more free throws for James. Tucker frustrated now. That's going to be his 4th.
LeBron James, 2 shots.
I think there's a little too much complaining all night long with calls made by both teams.
That one goes. Wednesday on ESPN, an NBA doubleheader at 7 Eastern. One of the terrific rookies in the NBA, Luka Doncic and Trae Young. And then you got some of the great stars in the NBA, Joel Embiid and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Both live on the ESPN app, so you can watch anywhere.
I have that game Wednesday in Milwaukee. Can't wait to watch those 2 teams.
You're traveling?
Stop.
Green, Harden, Tucker, Capella, and James Ennis out there right now for the Rockets. Green has to shoot. 2 on the clock. Leans in, gets it off in time, nearly puts it in. And the Lakers let it go out of bounds. Again, Lonzo Ball and Rajon Rondo playing together. Overloading on the right side, and the foul called. JaVale McGee. Or a little hip check on James Harden.
And to me, LeBron called McGee over to set the screen, which would have put Capella on him as opposed to James Harden. I would much rather him just clear it out and take advantage of James Harden defensively, but that's clearly contact.
Harden finds Carmelo Anthony, who just checked back in. Shot right away. That one way off. James looks for an opening. Drives into the lane. Left-handed off the glass. He missed it. And Anthony the rebound. Harden against Rondo. Chris Paul right now on the bench for the Rockets. Now McGee picks up Harden. Steps back, open three, got it! James Harden from downtown, he's got 28.
That's unfair for a 7-foot center to have to switch and try to guard James Harden in isolation.
James tries to answer but can't. Stevenson, the offensive board. Rondo thought about it. Anthony daring him to shoot, so he tries. And Tucker the rebound.
Good job by Carmelo Anthony, forcing him into a contested shot.
I'd run the same thing again if they're going to switch.
Bad pass from Harden, stolen by James. Rondo ahead of the pack, goes up and lays it in.
But you're right. Put JaVale McGee in the pick and roll action and force him to switch or make a decision with James Harden with the basketball in his hands.
That was the 17th turnover for the Rockets. Harden finds Tucker. Tucker straight on three. And Stevenson skies for the rebound. Ball off the dribble, throws it up. McGee throws it down. 1-point game and the Rockets call timeout.
Lonzo Ball turns down the shot, stays aggressive, and how about the pass? Throws it upstairs, and McGee, having a heck of a night, finishes it.
Next stop on the F1 circuit, Austin, Texas for the U.S. Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton can clinch his 5th title if he can outscore Sebastian Vettel by 8 points. Tomorrow 1:30 Eastern on ABC, streaming live on the ESPN app.
That's why I'm red-eyeing home, Mike, tonight.
JaVale McGee, 16 points, 6 rebounds, 5 block shots. He's played 20 minutes once again. Played 21.5 minutes in the opener. A big role for the big man. And he's come through for Luke Walton and the Lakers tonight. Stevenson, who's a good defender on Harden. Harden backing in. Finds Gordon. Gordon off the dribble. Shot clock winding down. Gordon misses. Rebound, Tucker. Chris Paul's back in the game. Anthony and Paul play catch. Shot clock at 5. Back to Anthony. Anthony's going to have to shoot it up. Contested 3. Air ball and a 24-second violation. And that's where the reset of the shot clock makes a difference.
And Houston has been, I think, very inefficient tonight on their offensive rebounds because they're not, I don't think, yet used to attacking right away. With 24, you can milk the clock. You can get into pick and rolls. I think they have to get into their actions a lot quicker.
Yeah, it's almost like they need to change their mindset. James against Harden. Backs in, backs in. Shot off the mark. Ball tipped and taken by Harden. Harden fouled by Ingram. Do they count it? No. They say the foul occurred before the gather.
And he never put the ball back down.
And I think another technical foul's been handed out. Now Ingram looks like he's confronting Jason Phillips.
Well, the technical foul was on Ingram for shoving James Harden after that play.
I'm not sure what happened.
Ingram, who's usually pretty mild-mannered, was hot. Now Paul punches a throw. Paul and Rondo throwing punches. Ingram comes in. He's throwing punches. Security trying to separate. So are some of the teammates. Boy, that quickly erupted into something ugly. Ball trying to keep Ingram away. And then in another spot, another fight erupted. There's going to be suspensions for this one as Rondo immediately heads back to the locker room. Ingram still jawing Carmelo Anthony still joined. That's when it gets dangerous, when it breaks out in a couple of different places.
And Chris Paul is saying that Rondo spit on him. He's upset. I don't know whether that's true or not, but that's what he said.
That's what he's saying. You see Keith Jones, the longtime veteran athletic trainer, trying to calm him down. Paul is furious. Well, it's going to be a lot for the officials to look at. Everybody seems to now finally calm down a bit. All right, here's where it started. Officials are going to go over and watch a lot of replay. They're already started looking at it at the replay center. All right, there's the initial foul. Ingram's upset. Pushes Harden. And a technical foul. Then Ingram gets in the face of Jason. You know what? I think it was Harden behind Jason Phillips. That's why he went that way.
But why did he push him to start with?
And then Paul gets in the face. Rondo throws a punch. Paul throws a punch. Ingram comes in here. He throws a punch. Those three will be suspended for those punches.
Multiple games.
And James quickly getting Paul out of it. As Mark said, when Chris Paul was over here, he said that Rondo spit on him. And again, couldn't see anything there on the replay. James and Paul, such close friends. James able to calm him down momentarily.
There's no place in the game for that, though. No place. Hey, you can compete, you can battle, but there's no place for that.
All right, let's bring in Steve Javie back in Secaucus. Steve, Jason Phillips and the crew over there. Just go through what you guys are looking at this point.
Yeah, right now what they're looking at obviously has how it all started, like you said, Mike. It starts with Ingram with the push of Harden. That's obviously a technical foul. Don't know what Ingram said to Phillips, but at least he has one technical foul, we know for sure. Then as they're looking at the film, you're going to see Rondo and you see Paul. Obviously ejections because of punches thrown. And Ingram now comes in from the backside, throws a punch also, so he's gone no matter what. Everybody else seemed to be a peacemaker except for those three. So I think you're going to see those three ejections.
I'd be shocked if they weren't. And again, Ingram coming in outside again of that fight between these two. As a third man coming in, that's usually heavily penalized.
And they usually step in before those escalate, Mike. I think that one just got away from him quickly.
Well, there are a number of players, a number of security, and a number of team personnel, whether it was trainers or coaches, who did a good job separating people, but not before several punches were thrown by multiple players. Again, Ingram, who normally has such a calm demeanor, I mean, he's as competitive as they come, but.
And Chris Paul and Rondo have already left. You just worry, is that secret tunnel between the locker rooms shut down this year? Rockets Clippers last year.
We still have 4:13 remaining in a one-point game. Boy, it's been such a fun atmosphere tonight with the debut, and a good game back and forth, now marred by guys losing control.
And you know, old school, you look and you say, well, that's the way it used to be. And there's a point to be made there, but that's not the way it should be today. The game has changed, and rightfully so. It's a much better, cleaner game. There's no place in this game for guys to be taking, all-out swings at each other.
And you look at the fight. You have Rajon Rondo and Chris Paul, two great point guards, two of the smartest players in the NBA, who just completely lost control. And now they've hurt their teams by suspensions. And again, Paul puts his finger right in Rondo's face, pushes him, and then Rondo throws the first punch. Paul retaliates, and the melee is on. Ingram coming in.
Yeah, if you're Ingram, you can't come in throwing punches. There's a way to protect your teammates without coming in there throwing a punch.
To me, he deserves to be suspended the longest.
First of all, we have a personal foul against Brandon Ingram.
And we're actually getting the explanation of what has taken place.
Foul against Brandon Ingram. He has been ejected from the game. Chris Paul has been ejected from the game. Rondo has been.
Mike with the explanation after they just described what took place.
Well, 2 technical fouls on Ingram in addition to the personal foul, so he's ejected. Technical foul on both on Rondo and Chris Paul. They're ejected. Houston will get 2 free throws, and then they'll take it out of bounds.
And the interesting thing is, you look at it, James Harden should be shooting 1 free throw. It should be an and 1. So that's been taken out.
They called it before the shot.
That's what initially Harden was upset about, and then Ingram walked toward Harden as Harden was going to argue the call.
But you're right, before the shot, but he never put the ball back down.
No, I agree with you. I thought it was continuation, but they ruled it was not.
They're not going off putting the ball back down anymore. It's more if he gathers.
Yeah, he gathered.
I thought he'd already
It
gathered.
appeared like he did. So 2 technical free throws here for Houston, and they'll get the ball. See, now I don't know on seeing that one. I think he may have committed the foul before the gather on that.
And you know what? It's so hard.
Right.
Those are bang plays. But
just for everybody to lose it. And again, you wonder what motivated Ingram to start with that first shove.
But Mike, if I'm suspending and I'm in the office, guy coming in from behind, he's going to be gone multiple games.
Yeah, the one who escalates the altercation is the one that usually gets the harshest punishment. Lance Stevenson, little shake and bake, pull-up jumper. Ball trying to keep it alive. Boy, Ball has had a very strong game.
He's got his bounce back a little bit. Much more speed. I thought he looked like he's lumbering at times early on, but he got it back.
Harden draws the foul. The whistle was a bit late. That angers the crowd. Hart obviously disagrees with it. And that's 3 fouls on Hart. Harden's going to shoot more free throws.
But it is contact. He comes off the screen and Hart goes into his body. That's contact. That's a tough call, but it's the right call.
Yeah, it's a little closer there than you would think based on Harden's contorting of the body. But listen, when officials have an incident like they just had, both teams got to understand, take that thing to the basket, any type of contact, they're going to call it a lot tighter.
No question. Harden, meanwhile, misses 2 free throws. Harden's missed 5 free throws tonight. He's 11 of 16. He has 30 points. And his Rockets are up 4 with 3:40 to go. Make that 31 for James Harden.
And by the way, Kiki Vandeweghe is here.
Yes,
the
he is.
dean of discipline.
Backdoor, Kuzma with a reverse slam.
Good quality half-court set, a lot of man movement and ball movement. Kuzma with the big-time finish.
9 points for Kuzma. Crowd back into it big time after that altercation. Eric Gordon off the dribble. The runner, shot misses. Anthony's tip won't go. Ball knocked loose. Capella. Clint Capella cleans it up and throws it down. 19 points for Capella and 10 rebounds.
And I don't care if you're big or small as a team. When you get a stop, you have to rebound collectively. That time, we didn't see 5 guys in purple and gold going after that defensive rebound.
James crossover, spins, drives, and a foul on Capella before the shot. The Rockets are in the penalty, so more free throws for LeBron James.
See the drive attempt by Gordon and keeping the basketball alive, and Capella, the biggest guy on the floor.
But they absolutely missed a loose ball foul on Carmelo Anthony. A two-hand push to LeBron James. Blatant push.
An eventful home debut for LeBron James, now with 23 points.
The crowd is standing.
Back to 2. Hart falls down. Ball picks up Harden. Shot clock at 5. Corner to Tucker. Open 3. PJ Tucker hits a big three-pointer and the Rockets go up 5.
Poor communication defensively, leaving PJ Tucker a shot he works on every day with a wide open corner 3.
Tucker now harassing James. Harden switches on him. 7 to shoot. James kicks it out. Ball for 3. Harden the rebound.
What a possession defensively by PJ Tucker, both on the ball and off the ball.
5-point game, under 2 minutes to go. Harden's got 31 tonight. Harden the drive, kicks it out. Tucker tries another 3. Stevenson the rebound. Stevenson drives down a lane, coast to coast, won't go. A foul though, a whistle before the follow as Stevenson got knocked to the floor.
Rockets upset, felt like Lance Stevenson used that off arm to eliminate Capella. Let's take a look on the replay. He did, but I'm not sure if I want that if I'm the Rockets or the opposing team.
Capella losing his sneaker. That's his 3rd foul. Big free throws here for Lance Stevenson. Stevenson in his first year with the LA Lakers. It's his 7th team and 8th stop in 9 years. Been bouncing around the NBA for quite some time after his initial 4 years with Indiana. Misses the 2nd, and Harden the rebound.
Well, good job by James Harden getting in there for that rebound. Because those long rebounds with those guards, that's their responsibility.
Both teams with multiple timeouts. Both teams in the penalty. Shot clock at 5. Harden steps back, puts up a 3. It goes, bounces and drops through. James Harden from downtown. And the Rockets have some breathing room. 34 points for the MVP.
James Harden milked the clock all the way down, getting his rhythm, little step back, and a fortuitous bounce and roll to give the Rockets a 7-point lead.
Back in the Staples Center, if you're just tuning in, this led to ejections after a foul call on Brandon Ingram. He comes back and he pushes James Harden. With that, Chris Paul sticks a finger in Rondo's face. He throws a punch. Paul then threw another punch. Ingram comes into the scrum. He throws a punch. All 3 of those players were ejected as multiple technical fouls handed out, and all 3 players will no doubt be suspended. And as Jeff mentioned, most likely for multiple games. Kuzma drives down, off the glass, banks it in. Well, a splendid move from Kyle Kuzma. Back to 5. 7 Lakers in double figures, but they need a stop right now. Again, Harden letting it go down. Drives into the lane, running layup, banks it home. Big buckets for James Harden.
This guy is an incredible offensive weapon.
Hart tries to answer, misses. Capella the rebound.
We have to trap him or foul. Can't let him run the clock down again.
Makes no sense what they're doing right now. They're basically surrendering the game.
Down to 25 seconds. Gordon jab step, drives, layup, rolls in. And that makes it a 9-point game, and that will do it. James Harden, big buckets with 36 points in a game that was marred by a number of punches thrown and players ejected. And LeBron's James's home debut spoiled by the Houston Rockets. A wild bunch of events here at the Staples Center on opening night. The home opener for the Lakers ends in defeat. And of course, the story for tomorrow, the NBA will take a look at the tape, will talk to the players, and then decide on the fate of the players who threw punches. James Harden again, 36 points, 13 of them here in the fourth. He's with Doris.
It was magnificent down the stretch, but James, a very competitive game turned ugly. Can you give us some perspective from somebody who was between the lines of why it got so out of hand so quickly?
Honestly, I'm not sure. It escalated really, really quick, but besides that, I'm happy we got our first win. We'll handle, or they'll handle that how it's supposed to be handled. For us as a basketball club, coming to LA on the road and get our first win is pretty cool.
Can you talk about the effort you got from PJ Tucker? Because when action went back in, he makes a three, and what you asked of him on the defensive end.
Time to lock in. Time to lock in and get stops when we need to. Always got trust in my guys to make the big plays, make the big shots. And just like any other time, I'm going to pass it to PJ. He knocked down a big shot for us.
Down the stretch, as usual, you take over. Can you just talk about what you're thinking as the game is unfolding and possessions are important?
Winning time. Winning time. And I'm going to live with the shots that I take just because I work on them every single day. So, I shoot them, I make them, and we move on.
Thank you, James.
Thank you, Doris.
Mike.
All right, Doris. The reigning MVP played like it down the stretch after a subpar opening night game for James Harden. Superb tonight with a run on the road with 36. Sports Center with Scott Van Pelt tonight after our game and after the buzzer. Reaction from LeBron James home opener and lots of storylines to this one with the melee that happened in the fourth quarter. Plus, Kirk Herbstreit joins the show to break down a big day in college football and how the National League pennant was won by the Dodgers in Game 7 in Milwaukee. Sports Center with SVP tonight on ESPN and the ESPN app. The final score from Staples Center, Rockets 124 and the Lakers 115. For producer Tim Corrigan, director Jimmy Moore, and our outstanding ESPN crew. Of course, for Mark, Jeff, and Doris, Mike Breen saying, coming up next, NBA After the Buzzer with Michelle Beadle and the crew. Thanks for watching NBA Saturday on ESPN.